The Abyss was directed by James Cameron and it had a one-night only screening today on December 6th, where you could see the film remastered in 4K. It's going to be dropping digitally on 4K next week as well, so if you couldn't get a chance to see it in theaters, you will get a chance to see it at home very, very soon. And it's about time, because this is one of those re-releases and remasters that's been asked for honestly years. I mean, when you talk about the stuff that James Cameron has been doing with newer movies and talking about how much technology has come such a long way with home media and distribution, the idea of a better version of The Abyss seemed like a pipe dream at this point. Until now, the best version that existed was a DVD version. You couldn't find even a Blu-ray of this because it didn't exist. And now a 4K exists, and it's a significant bump in quality, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. Now, before I go into anything else, this is titled The Abyss Movie Review. Why is that? Because normally I've done retrospectives when it comes to movies that are re-releases and early screenings. Recently, that's what I've been doing. The reason I did this as a review is because for a retrospective, I don't have enough. I don't really have too many memories of growing up with The Abyss. I watched it one time because we had the DVD and it was fine. Like, I remember thinking at the time I wasn't really in the mindset, I think, to watch the movie, but that mindset was in here today. And I'm glad I saw it properly for the first time like this, because I was able to really enjoy a lot of aspects of it. I hadn't really seen the special edition, so this was my first time watching that, and I had a really great time with it. Also, let me just say, 75% of our theater was full. This was a massive theater. There's 300 seats in this place, and 75% of it was sold out. That's pretty awesome. I mean, it's amazing, especially because you have to remember, this is a movie that came out more than 30 years ago. And the fact that it's selling as many seats as it is on a Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. for a 2 hour and 51 minute runtime is pretty damn remarkable. And the movie itself looks absolutely stunning. The 4K remaster for this is glorious. It looks like they've really overhauled the entire thing. The color is much nicer now. There was this over-saturation thing. A friend of mine mentioned this on the way out, in fact, that the colors look very different, and the original DVD transfer was a bit too tuned up. It kind of reminded me of when they did the remastering for The Matrix. If you remember, they did this green tint thing, which went along with the DVDs, and then the 4K remasters were like, no, we're not doing that, and we're gonna revert back to the way it's actually supposed to look. And once we dive down, and once the film really gets underway, it just looks better and better, and it's absolutely dazzling. And it just hooks you instantly. Like, the movie itself, I love this movie. I think I've mentioned it before. I mean, you can see from the poster, James Cameron is kind of, one of the heroes when it comes to film. I think when it comes to his command of the visual language that a movie has, it is downright remarkable. And once again, with The Abyss, you can see that, this is a man who definitely knew what he was doing. Is the story extremely detailed? No, it's not. It's a very simple storyline. There's not a lot going on over here. It's very simple. There's a submarine that's gone down. There's a rig that's underwater that seems to be the closest thing that could potentially reach that thing. Eventually, they carry out a rescue mission. A hurricane happens. Things go wrong. And there's some stuff down there in the abyss that's undiscovered. And that's it. That's the entire movie. And that's what stretches the entire runtime. And despite that very simple thing, Cameron's ways of immersing you into the world of this movie, and just about any movie that he's ever made, it's just absolutely amazing. And you get some pretty great performances over here too. I mean, from Ed Harris and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, they're both really, really great. The, military, I am hardened as as the code goes, Michael Biehn character was really great as well. The entire crew is also really fun. Definitely parts of it feeling like, they've carry forwarded from the characterizations of the crew in Aliens, which is definitely there. But again, It's about taking the simplest things and making them the most effective. By the end of the movie, as simple as some of that characterization was, I was rooting for Virgil and Lindsay to make it out and to have another chance at their marriage, and I was so invested in that particular aspect of the story. And I wanted things to work out a certain way. The visual effects in this are absolutely remarkable. I mean, even just the design, the production, and the way that, the actors were training to do this underwater in the best way possible to make it look so real, as Cameron was like, why don't I almost kill everybody to make a film again. It is absolutely impressive. The Alan Silvestri score just soars. It sounds so good, especially now with the remaster. It really pops off in some of those scenes. But I said the words "pops off" in the video. That's something I never thought would happen. But here we are. Just watch this version of the film. Like I said, I can't really give you guys a full story, but I will tell you this. If you want a retrospective of this, you should actually ask my dad. He will give you one, because he was in the Navy when this came out. And this was obviously a movie that, it hits right home if you are somebody who is serving. So I feel like this really was a special movie to him. And in fact, every time we've talked about Cameron, he almost 99% of the time he brings up The Abyss and watching The Abyss for the first time. Almost feels like I missed out on an experience back then when he first saw the movie. But, I'm looking forward to him seeing this version of it, because it's significantly much more visually, dazzling. They've definitely done a brilliant uptick with it. I think it's, like I already said, it's out on digital next week. It's going to be on 4K the disc in March. I do highly recommend picking it up, especially because it's been asked for so long. It's just so nice to have it. And I had an absolute blast watching The Abyss once again. It was great watching it with a very packed crowd, and it was great to see it as wonderfully restored as it was. And I'm looking forward to seeing this restored version once again. And I hope that you guys get a chance to check it out as well if you couldn't do it tonight. I know it's only one night only, which is kind of upsetting, but hopefully there will be another time soon whenever you get it on disc. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to more videos very soon. I'm keeping this one short, just talking about the fact that I had a really good time watching The Abyss. And as always, if you like this, please do subscribe. Thank you very much once again for all the support very recently. There's been a lot of gaps. There's going to be a lot of videos soon. I'm going to make up for that time. And as always, if you like this, please do subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the movies.